Goodbye. Baby. Baby. Come back here. Come back here.
Hey, so I've been up at the Blackberry patch and I just went down to grab my phone because I'm getting kind of excited about how good it's looking, and I wanted to make a little video about how we're doing with it. Here, we gotta switch the camera. So here we are. Look at all these beautiful white blossoms. Kids are up here. They're playing croquet. So yeah, I've been in here weeding. As you can see, there's a big pile of weeds here and up there. I really haven't spent, I think it took it maybe half an hour to do this. And a lot of it's grass. A lot of it is this stuff here, which is, I'm not sure what it is, but it comes out really easily. And then the other thing that's up here for weeds is this terrible prickly plant. Here it is. I don't know if anyone knows what this is, but it's really prickly, so definitely don't want that growing up here. And yeah, this blackberry patch is looking like it's gonna be having a lot of fruit. We actually used to have them growing up here more, but it's kind of shifted down here, but right by the forsythia bush. So, and then there's also this other perennial plant that was here when we moved here. If anyone knows what this is, it does have these little pink flowers on it that get a little bigger. And let's see, the stem is kind of like a woody stem, but it's a low shrub. It's like kind of like a bright green, yellowish green. Yeah, so we got more blackberries over there, and that's like the perimeter of our property right there. So I'm going to probably continue this weeding because it's really, really fun. Look how good it looks afterwards. I'm definitely trying to make sure we leave the smaller canes like this one here, and then there's smaller little canes throughout right here because the blackberries do not grow on the first year cane. So I am being careful to watch out for those, and also for the thorns. So the thorns on these are really sharp and crazy. You can try again if it doesn't go the distance of the mallet. You know? Would that go through?
It went through this one, but not this one.
Okay, so you have to hit it back then.
Do I still get to go again, though?
You got one more, yep, for that wicket.
Look at Angora!
Actually, no, you get to go again.
Yeah.
What do you say about doing a big shot?
Yeah.
So look how these sunchokes have grown. I've actually tried to completely remove them in this area last year, and they are really coming back. Over here we have some echinacea in here. This is our rhubarb patch here. And then we're right across from where the giant pumpkins are going to grow. Nathan did some weed whacking up there. We've got a couple beds of potatoes. And then there was, what else was I going to show you? Okay, yeah, we have oregano. We have oregano over there. And these are some really pretty flowers that are in this huge colony. This actually colony used to take up like all of this area. Hi. And they look like this. We've never identified them, so if anyone knows what these are, please do let me know.
There's lots of flowers.
Yeah, they come back every year.
It's like you can run them.
They're quite pretty.
Them.
Here's our valerian flowering, or one spot of it. Look how pretty it is. It gets so tall. So I got this whole tote of yummy stuff for the bunnies while I was weeding. Anything that was like a big dandelion or clover, just putting in here. And I also clipped a bunch of raspberry canes with leaves, and then what else? Some forsythia branches, and I cut down some comfrey plants. So I've learned about quite a few other things that the bunnies will eat around our property this year, and then in order to save on hay and help the bunnies be more healthy and eat all these yummy green things that are growing on our own property, I'm trying every evening to like gather up a selection and then just distribute it, either me or one of the children, into their pens, and they absolutely love it. So let's give them their forage. Stuff, and I put this neat tile, I think it's a chimney liner. It's like a tile kind of tunnel there. I actually saw this on some rabbit channel. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it's kind of fun. So they go in there, they go on it. And I don't think I mentioned this, but the hay feeder over here is one of those bike rack things that go on the back of a bike. I think they're called panniers, or maybe not. Anyway, there's usually 2 of them on the back of a bike. Well, I had a couple of them, and they work great as a bunny-sized hay feeder. And then I put this over here by their water. It seemed to be where they were pooping, so that's working out. It looks like they're using it as their litter. I mean, not like 100%, but should make it easier to clean. Really looks like it's gonna rain. So I don't think I'm gonna do a whole garden tour this week. I mean, everything's pretty small still. I'm just gonna show you where we put the sunflower and the madder plant that we got at the Fiber Frolic last weekend. So the sunflower, I'm gonna switch this. So there's a little sunflower. I made this cage so it can hopefully not be chewed away. I'm gonna try to grow this one for a seed to plant next year so I can have a lot more of these. The seed is for dyeing. It's black Hopi sunflower seed, and it can dye from shades to kind of like a light gray lavender to a a darker black. And then we planted flowers in these two beds, cosmos and zinnias. And then over here we put in the walking onions here. Those will spread. Those are perennials. They get these really big bulbs on the top. There's a small one right there. The bulbs get really big and then they fall to the ground and they grow a new onion. So this bed should be eventually packed with these. And then over here, this is the madder. These are the seedlings I got. So these are going to be staying here for several years is the goal, and having them here for that long will allow their roots to swell up and get bigger. And the roots really are red, like reddish orange, and they're good for the reds and red colors for dyeing. And this bed here is yet to be planted. So yeah, our elderberries are continuing to really grow. This is something I haven't seen. I haven't seen sage flower like this. So yeah, it's the second year. It's really pretty. The other thing that was cool this week is that the beans are coming up here, and I've got twine going all around this so that they climb up here. This is the opening. It's like a play fort inside, and then here we have some oven racks because why not? And yeah, so the little baby, these are purple beans, they're purple pole beans. Yeah, so, and on the other side, here Nathan's working on digging this up. We're gonna make another of these fun teepees, I guess you would call it. So yeah, we're really working with what we can get for free, what we can use that we already have. Yeah, especially this year. We have invested in the previous years in these 2 cattle panel greenhouses. They're made with 4 cattle panels. They have the greenhouse plastic over the top of it that lasts for years and years. This one here is the one that we made first, and I think it's actually 5 years old now. It did collapse from snow, the front of it this winter, but hey, it's fine now. We just had to bend it back into shape and kind of redo the framing on that side. They do have lumber framing around the bases, kind of sandwiching the panels in there so that it's like really sturdy. So those are probably the biggest investments in our garden we've made. Oh yeah, and also there's definitely a lot of weeding to be done, but we have a lot of sunflowers coming up here, which you could maybe see right there. It's a sunflower mix, so we're gonna have all different types of sunflowers. You know what's terrible though is this viney thing, because this just comes in and it will just choke everything out. So yeah, we're gonna have to come and I think mulch the back of this fence, rip all this viney stuff off here. Sorry for the waving the camera around, and then it should be okay. These wild raspberries here kind of have mixed feelings about, they really never produced much, but this year they're looking like they could. So we do have some fruit set on them, so we're probably going to take them out at some point, but it's not really a priority because we have some other things we're working on. But it is pretty good real estate right here in the garden. But one thing at a time, kind of thing, since we were on the topic of plants for feeding bunnies earlier, is this is one plant that I learned about that they really love is yarrow. This is white yarrow. This is something that grows out in the field all over the place, and I've brought back here and transplanted here and then another spot. So this is another plant that is a perennial. The flowers actually make really beautiful cut flowers too. And yeah, I'm hoping this will also spread through here in this perennial bed. Like I said, this is actually right by where my big elderberry that has been here for several years is. It's kind of shaded by that, but yeah, so hopefully the yarrow can spread down this way. And yeah, the echinacea over there is looking really good. This This one is a little droopy because I recently put that in, but pretty soon we should be seeing some flowers coming from them. Ooh, baby's on my back sleeping right now, so I'm feeling like kind of winded. So hopefully you can hear me clearly. The idea with the banana peppers is to can them and make pickled banana peppers, I guess, like you buy in the jar, because we haven't been able to find any in the store that don't have yellow number 5 coloring. I think that's what it's numbered. And we really try to avoid food colorings, artificial food colorings. So we thought if we could, as a goal, can a bunch of these. Everyone loves them on pizza and as snacks, and that then we would satisfy that craving without having to go buy jars with artificial food coloring in them. This is the amount of potatoes you need to feed a family of 10, at least for our family, and we're still a pretty young family as our oldest is almost 14, so. But hey guys, it's a cheap and easy meal and everyone likes it.